Yo, what to do, YouTube? It's your boy ColtsTalk. We're back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Yannick Ngakoue's tweet, which was pretty clear front forward of what he was discussing, and he pretty much said, let's bring pass rush back to Indy. And yes, I agree. We definitely need to do that. Lord knows how long it's been since we actually had legit pass rush. And that's one thing we've been missing for a few seasons now. And now that we went out and attacked it and addressed the situation. Of course, we sacrificed Rock Ya-Sin, George Odom, and a few other guys. But we did get Yannick in return. And he has been a menace since he came in the league. He's been pretty good. He's really, really good at pass rushing. And, you know, he got a good coaching staff around him. He got a good supporting cast that's out there on that front line with him. And, you know, it's been a while since we've seen a presence like this. It's been like Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. I mean, of course, we had Houston back in the day and everything, but I don't think he was as fierce as Yannick Ngakoue, in my opinion. So, plus Yannick has still got some time left on him. He could turn back on the clock and just wreak havoc. He's been doing it. And if anybody knows, it's Colts fans. There was one year we seen Yannick like 4 times because he switched teams and all these things. But no matter what team or scheme he's in, he still made his presence known that he's a dominant edge rusher. And it's good to have him in Indy. I mean, the Colts environment, how it feels right now, in my opinion, is just totally different. You know, it's not the same like last year. Last year with Carson Wentz and, you know, this Colts team, it was like, okay, we could do something, but we really can't do what we really want to because we feel like we was limited. And I'm not saying this because of how it, you know, how it turned out and everything. It's just being completely honest. Nobody thought that Jonathan Taylor would lead the NFL in rushing yards and touchdowns. Nobody thought that. Nobody thought Jonathan Taylor was going to go off like he did. Of course, we thought he was going to have a good year. I mean, but of course, Derrick Henry injury and everything falls in line. But nobody expected what we expected. We could have been even better last year if we had better quarterback play. I mean, of course, the defense collapsed at the end and the offense collapsed at the end. And in general, the Colts just actually stinked at the end of the season. But more going into it, before the season started, a lot of us didn't have us having a winning record anyway. A lot of us didn't predict us to make the playoffs. But now with Matt Ryan at Realm, and you see these things and you hear these reviews from these wide receivers that's catching the football from him, it's like, oh yeah, he's getting on us because we're not running our routes. Or he's getting on us because we're not catching the ball. He wants them to be locked in. Stephon Gilmore said it himself that everybody wants to win right now. It's a win now environment. Everybody feels the same way. You didn't hear this conversation last year. You didn't hear this. Nobody was excited or eager to be like, oh, we're going to go do this. We're doing this now. You know, when Carson Wentz got traded, there was a mixed locker room for what we hear in these comments and the replies from reporters that the locker room was split up. A few people rooted for Carson, and per reports, a few people really couldn't wait for him to leave. Of course, the names didn't come out. But of course, Colts fans was guessing every now and then who said what. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Carson Wentz, I mean, he had his moment. Of course, at the end of the season, he couldn't get the job done. And now we got a vet in Matt Ryan who's way more accurate, in my opinion, and has a better arm. It's like it's a different feel. And especially when you hear this, when you watch the camps and you see the reports that Nyheim Hines is getting involved, who could have been a dog in the receiving game last year because we needed another receiver. Now having Matt Ryan knowing he's going to get him involved because he has targeted him in practice and in OTAs. He's targeted him. It shows you that the potential is through the roof with this team. And now that we solved the case in the edge rush department, I feel like Kwity Paye can take a big leap going into next year with Yannick on his side. Hurricane Dio could have himself a big year. We already know how good Grover Stewart and DeForest Buckner is, so we don't have to worry about that. But when you look at the department of the edge rush, what it does when you attack the quarterback is that certain positions on the defense can have a better year due to the Harry's attempts of the edge rush attacking the QB. The cornerback room can have a way better year than last season because the quarterback isn't just sitting in the pocket or he's not play action rolling out and having 5 years to find a target. Not next year. No. Having Yannick right there, knowing that the quarterback's going to do something, he's going to force the quarterback to do something crazy. And we're going to need edge rush going into next year because we're playing a lot of elite talent. We're playing some QBs that can get the ball up and throw it out. We got that. We're going to be playing that, and we're going to need all the help we got going into next year. We're going to need all of it. So having Yannick is a blessing. Having Stephon Gilmore, a vet, is a huge blessing. Adding to Isaiah Rodgers, who can just emerge at any moment. Kenny Moore has been in practice. It just goes to show that the player wants to play for the team. I think the agent has a lot to do with this contract talk. So the whole honor the contract thing and everything, which is flat out crazy, because we know Kenny Moore loves this team and loves the fan base. We've seen it already. So the fact that people mention this contract thing like another person isn't playing a part of this decision is kind of crazy. Darius Leonard, back injury, messed with his ankle. He got surgery. He says he feels great. So having him 100% going into next season is a huge bonus. Julian Blackmon going out there being healthy is a huge bonus. Corey Willis, Rodney McLeod, all these guys, when you look at this roster, is legit. This team can be a legit problem going into next season. A whole different feel from last year. It's a totally different feel. But like I said, I'm looking forward to it. You guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. All these things, how do you feel about Yannick's comments? And how do you feel they're going to play next year? Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Marcus. And until next time, you've been Culture Shock.